Hey, good morning everyone. This is Aaron here for another recording session. I am stuck in some pretty severe insomnia, so we're just watching me do some push-ups again. This is one of the last times I'm actually gonna end up doing this style of push-ups, all things considered. The stress is kind of starting to wear on me after a while, where pecs are preemptively getting a little bit tight. Again, this is all expected. I just didn't expect it to come to a head this quickly. So much like the last time, we're dealing with 60 pounds on the first set, which is doesn't feel too terrible, all things considered, but I did notice that I'm having some issues doing the whole rings turn out thing at the bottom, or I'm sorry, at the top of each rep. Generally for the heaviest, and you'll see this on weighted dips as well, for the heaviest set, I'm just trying to pump out as many reps as possible. I'm not trying to really have pristine form, just get in, get out. We'll deal with the whole rings turn out on lighter sets. In terms of the whole rest pause thing, I'm kind of removing the whole partial reps thing, partial push-ups at the end of most sets. It was a nice idea to get some extra volume, but honestly it felt more like squeezing out junk volume than actually something useful, so you won't really see me do that at the end of different sets here. Other than that, same as usual, rest pause has about 15 deep breaths in between each mini rest pause set, and about 5-6 minutes in between each individual set. Oh, I guess I lied. Well, shit. Alright, look at that forward hip hinge lean. Lovely. Set 2, same general setup, just using 40 pounds instead of 60 pounds. I feel a lot better about the way this set went in comparison to the last 40 pound set, where I feel like I barely got the same number of reps as 60 pounds. You see some slight attempt to turn my wrist out at the bottom and then immediately abandon it. The actual weight vest itself, I'm grateful for what I've got. I got this weight vest for my birthday right before lockdown, and I've been a little bit conservative buying equipment, although right now I'm just kind of in a major saving trend to be able to buy up a full-on weight set for the gym. One of the long-term things I want to get is that Kensui weight vest, which, as a precursor, actually needs weight plates. While this weight vest is great, there are two major problems. Number one, the goddamn thing just comes unstrapped all the time for absolutely no reason. And I've had a lot of shots where the camera's running for a minute or two because the moment I try to go into push-up, it just slaps down and falls apart. The Velcro does absolutely nothing. And number two, it's kind of cuts off your air supply. And number three, this is only a 50-pound weight vest. Even if I wasn't topping out with push-ups with my pecs right now, I'm kind of out of weight. The best I can do here is maybe about 80-85 pounds, and then we have to get a little bit more creative to load up the weight, possibly putting extra crap in a book bag, or I don't know, dude. We'll figure it out when we get there. Something else you might notice that's a little bit different here is I've added fat grips to the little knockoff TRX push-up handles, and I'll tell you what, man, this is a money idea. So fat grips added, or fat grips are just essentially, widening the grip itself, so it goes from your basic easy to grip 1-inch handle to 1.5 2 inches around. For pushing exercises, I love this. If I could add them to rings and have it not be awkward and wonky as hell, I would do it. For bodyweight pulling exercises, it is dangerous as hell. Pull-ups are one thing where You know, worst case scenario, you let go and you fall. But I tried this for 2 seconds with one-armed row and scared the living hell out of myself. Had that whole Final Destination event go through my head, like, okay, I'm leaning back at maybe a little more than 45 degrees. If this thing falls, what's behind me? Concrete, cinder blocks. All right, let's just not do this, man. If you've never used fat grips before, they're humbling. I find that they allow you to get in a little extra grip work without really any additional work whatsoever, and for me at least, for pushing exercises, they don't really take away reps. I know that's supposed to make the exercise harder, but I think it makes your grip work harder, but I never actually felt like it's hurting my progress or taking away from my ability to put out more work. So highly suggest, if you have, you know, what I have, which is essentially some sort of suspension trainer TRX knockoff, and you also have fat grips, that you are adding said fat grips to the handles going forward. Alright, so this is the final set, the plus 20 pounds. I just finished out the bodyweight set, and thank God I finally didn't become a liar and stopped doing that whole to the knees push-up crap. So remove the vest, trying to pump out a couple more reps for bodyweight only, and you know, essentially just taking this to as much volume as humanly possible, without completely going to failure. And you'll see I'm making a little bit more of an effort sometimes to turn on my wrists. It's definitely not a full ring turnout. Oh, great, I'm a liar again, motherfucker. So yeah, when I'm actually turning my wrists out, it feels much more pronounced than it actually is. Like, you see videos of people full on ring turning out, and it's incredibly pronounced. Like, full on, their hands would be facing towards somebody, if that somebody was right in front of their head, and I look like I'm flipping my wrist for a second. It's nothing. Alright. So, moving on to, again, later in the day. Like, this is at the very least an hour and a half, 2 hours after those push-ups were done. I'm showered, I'm dressed like Florida man. I got a comment from one of my billions, 17 subscribers saying, "Hey man, BFR bands are dumb." Well, shut the fuck up, Joe. I agree with you, and I'm probably gonna stop using them now. Thanks, dude. Yeah, they don't do shit. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Yeah, Joe is right. I just hate you, Joe. God, do I hate you, Joe. So, this is actually the last time when I'm full on doing ring rows during this whole sequence. I actually, in the next workout, you'll see I kind of, so this is that scary moment using those fat grips. Like, this is what that's coming up. Like, right now through my head is going on, like, what happened if I just let go? How long will it take my wife to find me? Why am I asking you these questions? I don't really know. The BFR, kind of swinging back to that, they are fun, but I think the only thing I'm not crazy about is I'm having trouble feeling my back a little bit while I'm feeling my arms a lot more. I don't mind getting an arm pump. There's plenty of ways to get an arm pump without those, so let's just not put a tourniquet on, huh? Other than that, the whole sequence, I've been changing it up slightly every single time I come to the garage, depending on how I feel. There's no real select methodology here, just getting in pull volume, getting away from my computer for 3 to 5 minutes, and then pumping it back up. I love this. It's not something I'm going to do every day. I like it just having like a full, complete workout day. So where I'm usually using something like intermittent fasting on non-days like this, I eat like a pig on days like this on my regular push-pull days, because I'm generally going to be doing work throughout the entire day. So I take them off. Lovely. Yeah, this is the part where I'm like, fine, Joe, you win. I get it. This is also the last time I'm pulling up actual, is it like a rack, chin / row? I don't even know how to quantify that necessarily. Yeah, with subsequent workouts, I concentrate much more on vertical pulling and ditch the rows entirely. Again, because the rows are full-on supersetted with the push-ups, just using the same weight vest to add a little bit more tension. There's nothing wrong with them necessarily. I'd rather just get in more vertical pulling since I don't really have any aspect of that whatsoever. And if we're talking about long-term calisthenics, little quote tricks, goddamn, take off the fat grips, man. You didn't learn. Yeah, full-on calisthenics tricks. Like I want to be able to do a muscle up, and God willing, if I defat enough, I'd like to do a one-arm pull-up. That is an incredibly humbling thing all on its own. I mean, trying to do a one-arm pull-up when you're at this stage, like, have you ever just tried to hang by one arm and pull and just nothing happens? It sucks. What's going on here? We doing curls? Yeah, we doing curls. So yeah, also with subsequent workouts, like I don't mind this whole bodyweight curl thing, but if we're gonna do arms, I think some of the time what I'll enjoy a little bit more is just full on BFRs are back on. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Yeah, sometimes I'll enjoy just full on taking bands and doing hammer curls and regular curls. Nothing particularly wrong with bodyweight curls. I could just get in more general volume using bands, and bands by nature have the added benefit of being able to do like the longest drop set known to man, as opposed to bodyweight curls. You change your leverages by stepping away from the anchor point, but it's hard to get in a pretty sizable amount of volume. You're just going to burn out. You're going to burn out very quickly. So next workout, you can see some active curls with bands, and that's probably just going to keep on continuing because bands are amazing. Yeah, Final Destination Part 3, still got the fat grips on that. Yeah, I'm looking at the car, wondering if I'm ever going to see it again. That's great. Also, after this workout, I lower the anchor point of this row. I do that, I don't know if you guys can't really see it. There's a large sandbag in front of my feet I'm using to keep myself from sliding forward. So essentially, I just move that forward a couple of inches. So I'm a little bit more horizontal, a little more parallel with the ground. I really need to learn more pull-up variations as well. Like, so these rings are hung at the over the top of my garage, and there's not really a whole lot of variation going on there. With the exception of towel pull-ups, which again, introducing in future workouts. I can somewhat do like archer pull-ups to a very, very small extent, but I don't know if eventually I want to kind of like pull those aside, so like wide pull-ups are a thing as well, whether that's a necessity or just kind of looking to avoid staleness. This is the last set of the day. There's nothing really to report on these sets. I mean, the only thing I'm really happy about is how consistent the reps are. It's not like, set 1 was 12 reps and then set 2 was 6 reps. It was pretty consistently got the same number of reps per set. I don't know why I'm going up that high with that row, but the whole goal here is to get a lot of volume over time, and that's exactly what we're doing. So yeah, no complaints here. This is a pretty solid workout.